The Johnson Quiz Live Podcast with my guest Jim Barakat.
All right. Look at that.
I've been lately thinking of stopping doing like music intro. Like, why? I don't have to.
Yeah.
Can you start like, okay, welcome.
Yeah. Here we are, live from the mean streets of Mayhem and something like that. But today I actually stole my children's maracas to bring and contribute because I didn't want to be. I can't have my hands not doing something for 30 whole seconds.
Yeah, right.
My mouth or my hands have to be going.
Yeah,
that sounds. This is in trouble already. No, fucking no.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let you talk and make a fool out of yourself and sit back and laugh.
Be careful because we don't want the end of this podcast to have a the Harry Johnson quiz och min kanal är avstängt för Jim pratat för fritt för länge och klagade för många för pedofiler och
det är faktiskt fördelen med att inte vara känd eller inte ha så mycket visningar för man kommer undan med så mycket mer. Så.
Technically already cancelled, so it's not that much of a problem, eh?
Ja. För jag hörde igår på bara Joe Rogans podcast, han sa om han bara sjunger en låt då tar de bort det avsnittet för copyrighten har blivit så hårda.
I never realized how crazy that sort of stuff is. I mean, I know on YouTube, but like I didn't know until a few years ago that Happy Birthday is that they're fucking hardcore. There's like a lawyer mob for Happy Birthday. So there's like video games and movies and TV shows where they're trying to sing Happy Birthday, but they sing some fucking ass backwards, strange ass version that no one's ever heard on their birthday. And it's like I was playing a Metal Gear and I was like, what's this fucking Japanese interpretation of a Happy Birthday song for this fucking...
Faktiskt på alla så här filmer så sjunger de någon weird Happy Birthday.
Yeah, it's like
Happy Birthday,
yeah, it's like, it's your birthday, it's fantastic today for you every year, and it's some fucking... I didn't know what it was until like this is me like not knowing anything until late in life.
But it's not the same I think in Swedish because I've heard in Swedish movies
because the Swedish one is fucked up.
Yeah,
because I didn't know that one until I've been there a few years. Like, wait, what do those lyrics mean at the end? You're gonna start eating the organs of them or something like that?
Oh yeah, they are pretty weird and like pushing someone around in a Scotch cheddar, I don't know, a wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
But maybe it's because
it goes from
they didn't have a rollstool back then.
Yeah, but it does sort of go from congratulations, it's your birthday, here's a princess daughter to like describing how to dispose of a body in the same song, or at least I don't really speak Swedish that well,
Nej, just det. Ja, jag har nog inte tänkt heller på lyricsen. Men jag får kolla upp dem.
Yeah. I mean, this is me. I as normal. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Are you sure about that, Jim? No, not really. That was a vague memory. I might have been asleep. I don't know.
Det har jag också kommit på fördelen med att vara i mitt huvud så här. Jag tänker så här, om man börjar prata om typ så här galenskap och så, jag tror galna människor de vet inte att de är galen för de i deras huvud de är så normaliserat så bara men vadå, det här är väl så och sen bara mitt i allt blir någon skitarg på en och man bara, vad har jag gjort? Har jag sagt någonting så här? Förlåt, jag trodde jag var helt normal. Nej, du kan inte säga så, herregud.
I think there's like a difference between being a space cadet and being crazy, because you can be the most normal people are out their fucking minds. So if you find the most normalson and you spend some time with them, you'll find you're fucking bananas. Like generally, like because if there's no like deviation from like fucking straightforward right down the middle, you usually that's a lot of like mental strain to stay that fucking
faktiskt
och mainstream.
Det kan också vara tvärtom, att man tror någon bara fullständigt galen, men sen när man lär känna dem ett tag så bara, den här snubben är faktiskt mer sane än
like
alla
take Cheyenne for example.
Ja, precis.
He's like, oh wow, what the fuck? Okay, but no, he's crazy, but he's very sound. Yeah, he's got logic. He's not dribbling that. He's not the Unabomber. So that's
och han är en snäll person.
Yeah, he's a fantastic person.
Som har mycket så här empati för andra. Men ja, ibland så kan han väl verka okänslig, men det kan typ alla, tror jag, känsliga människor.
Yeah, we all are to some level, I guess. I know.
Ja, det är intressant med Cheyenne. Han pratar alltid om massa projekt han vill dra igång och så här bara. Och sen när man hör av han om det efteråt så svarar han aldrig på det. Om man har bokat en tid.
I literally like, because he said, because I wanted to like do some, I needed somebody to tell me to do some writing for them for like years now, because I can do it, but I just never get the ball. Like I'll never get the ball rolling unless somebody's given me these deep uppdrag to do it, right? So he's like, yeah, you gonna write something? I'm like, yeah, dude, I can write whatever the fuck you want in a day. Like I'm good at it. That's fine. And I haven't got around to asking him to like give me an assignment. Let me write some shit for you. But yeah, so I'm saying I'm the same. But,
faktiskt, det var det jag också skulle komma till, att jag tror han visar upp bara det tydliga så här ADHD-grejen, att i stunden så kan man så här brainstorma saker och bara, shit, fan, det där måste vi göra, bara. Och sen när någon ska bara, okej, ska vi göra den här
energy,
saken? Och då bara,
we're gonna start a business. This screenplay.
Nice. Sen bara,
yeah, exactly.
Men så är det typ med alla skämt jag kommer på, så bara, shit, fy fan, de är så jävla bra, så här. Sen när jag står på scen bara, nej, nu ska jag dra det här inför en publik och bara, fy fan, shit, fy fan.
To be honest, after like last week's debacle of a set, I've decided like I'm going to like do a lot of crowd work in future so that maybe I can get paid from this one day. But as well, I'm going to like, just for like the next 1 or 2 sets or whatever, I'm just going to like, you know what, should I just unleash the actual fucking crazy thing that like I just keep locked in the brain, that should I just go a full, upside down Mars Volta, too much LSD set? Yeah, I think I will. I think I'm going to try that one time. Just say fuck it, because I was betrayed. So, yeah.
Men jag tror ändå att det är en bra idé, och jag ser upp till komiker som gör det. Typ Bill Hicks var känd för, alltså även när han var typ professionell så bombade han mycket, sa de.
Oh yeah, but han bombade så liksom Al-Qaida, like he was like looking to destroy the audience with explosives, you know what I mean?
Precis. Alltså han kan ju gå och prata om sig idéer som ingen vill höra om, och jag tänker att du har mycket sådana i ditt huvud också.
Yeah, I'm, because like my thing is like, how like when I first did comedy and like I was bombing fucking horribly then, I would, the other comments were like, oh yeah, don't worry, all you got to do is make sure the audience likes you. And I'm like, that's not going to happen. And I wouldn't like that too much. Like, I like a little bit of an adversarial, a little bit of a thing, but not as bad as last Tuesday, where I think it was coordinated and planned on their part. But no, chasing it, like being a bit, poking a bit of fun at them. Giving them something that, like, I don't care if you digest this easily, but I'll be brilliant and fucking make it land anyway. I mean, in my head, not in reality, not when it comes to reality. Like that. Fuck, just shut up, Jim. Jesus Christ.
Faktiskt,
what the fuck?
Alltså jag tror att det kan ha varit att du pratar om mycket så här smarta skämt, eller om du pratar om typ politik och så här, och vet inte, från min synpunkt så är det bara, jag måste typ anstränga mig väldigt mycket för att höra sådana saker, och då blir det lätt att min hjärna slår av. Alltså,
really?
men vanliga människor kanske inte är så alls, så jag vet inte. Från min sida det är bara politisk humor, okej, då går jag och vilar lite. Så.
Ja, fair. Yeah, så det var det du och hela publiken för gång.
Men ändå, alltså, man har ju hört bra så här politiska skämt också, så man kan nog inte använda det som ursäkt.
Yeah. So I mean, I tried last week for Eddie, just so that anyone listening who doesn't know what the fuck we're talking about, I tried to do 5 whole minutes on it's like Epstein-ish, Iran war, Luigi Mangione stuff, and it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too much of a fucking Chomsky lecture. It was, it was jokes. It was like Jeffrey Epstein was almost a very good babysitter, which I thought was going to kill a lot more than it did. But I got blank faces, just total no movement on their faces in the first 2 rows, just no movement. They didn't blink. They just were there like fucking mannequins for the whole 5 minutes of that fucking desert of sound. And there was one guy, he was sitting in the corner and he was laughing at the Epstein bit, and his missus or his date was next to him, and she was stop it what you do. And I couldn't, so I was just playing to him for a second, and then he's like, no, okay. And he bumped into me at the bar after. He's like, you were really funny, man. I really enjoyed your shit. I'm like, cool. I saw you were laughing for a while and then you stopped. And he was like, yeah, I was trying not to laugh. Sorry. I'm like, that's not how it's supposed to go. But then, the crowd was like that. Like,
det är konstigt också för mig så här. Många gånger när det har gått dåligt för mig eller jag typ bombar, så då träffar jag någon typ dagen efter som bara, wow, du var så himla rolig då, och jag tänker i mitt huvud, de säger så där bara för att de tycker typ synd om mig.
I was laughing on the inside.
Men jag tror att de kan ha tyckt det var roligt ändå, och man vet bara aldrig vad man har för typ påverkan hos andra människor.
See, normally I would, and I've bombed plenty of times, and you know how it is. Sometimes you're bombing to like part of the room, not all of the room, or somebody gets it and somebody gets what you were trying at least. It depends. There's a bunch of different people there, but that week it was uniform and everybody was exactly the same. I think it was an organized, planned hit.
Att de gjorde det där medvetet mot dig.
Yeah, because they laughed about everything. They laughed for you, obviously, because you're very hilarious, but they laughed for a lot of other comics. They laughed at the end of my set when I moved on to other topics, but whenever it came to Jeffrey Epstein, pedophilia, and Donald Trump and Iran, then they were like, shut it down.
Jag tror vissa saker vill människor bara inte höra, eller om det, och helst som man pratar om typ mycket sanning i världen, för det är väl det som med alla de här sakerna, typ att de äter barn och så här, att det börjar komma fram.
Of course, and it's terrible.
Förut bara, även om någon hörde det bara, I'm not hearing anything, man vill inte möta den verkligheten och så.
Right, but
och det kanske var liknande som nu.
But here, that's correct. But I would have seen some disgust on their faces or any sense of revulsion. Like you can read, you can see their faces and you can sort of get the emotion that they'll do a show. Yeah, I've bombed before when it was like not good subject material, and you see some like some guy. That's something like no, there was none of that. This was. I don't want to get you banned.
It's okay.
I suspect strongly that these were extremist, organized pedophiles that did not want to be seen laughing at it or encouraging people to talk about it. I think we've been attacked at Scum to keep us quiet.
Du tror det är seriöst?
Sorry?
Du tror på det seriöst? Är det ett skämt bara gör nu eller?
No, John, of course I'm fucking serious. I think, I'm saying this pedophile extremist targeting open mic clubs in the bottom of a Chinese restaurant in town on a fucking tube. Of course I am deadly serious.
Bra skådespelare. Jag fick bara typ panik. Jag bara, nej, tänk om han säger det här på riktigt. Va? Och det är typ några värsta typ trauma.
I'm like, you think I'm going like real as fuck?
Om det här hade varit på riktigt, om du hade trott det, då det skulle ju vara fruktansvärt.
I mean, it's a shame you asked, because I would have carried on like in that serious tone about the extremist, radical, pedophile terrorists that had their first hit at us last week.
Ja, men det är ju en komplimang till dig i alla fall att du är en jävla bra skådespelare.
Oh, thank you. It's in London we call it a bullshitter. I'm a very good bullshitter.
Och jag har ju också autism, så jag fattar inte alltid, men jag skämtar ju också hela tiden, och folk verkar inte fatta när jag skämtar heller. Så.
It's probably good that you said that, because I didn't want this to be like because I don't know the legality of saying that the audience last week was an entirely paedophile terrorist group, radicalists that didn't want to hear any Jeffrey Epstein jokes. No, I don't know if that would. I don't know what the law is in Sweden about doing things like that, so it's probably good that you asked that straight up.
Ja, men också så här, jag kan verkligen få för mig så här galna tankar. Alltså typ en gång väldigt nyligen så skulle Karl ropa upp mig på scen, eller han skulle ropa upp Sebastian, men han råkade ropa upp mig före honom. Och i mitt hus tänkte jag bara, åh nej, han gjorde det här med flit som en komplott för att försöka förstöra mig och min stand-up-set. Och jag var så här jätteledsen och bara, fy fan. Men sen när jag konfronterade han med det här, då märkte jag bara, fan vad dum jag är. Alltså han försöker göra det här bara för att han
so you have a nice healthy paranoia. Your first instinct is enemy action. They struck. Carl has struck finally to get me to bomb. Yeah, that's how I feel about that audience. That they were appalling. I mean, other than the first bit where they laughed, and then at the end when they laughed, but other than in that in between, they were monsters, and they should be ashamed. Yeah, I'm going to punish the next audience because of the behavior of the last audience, just so you know.
But they were good at the first couple of minutes, and
but and with you and a lot of the others who were really funny and prepared their sets properly. But the that was to maintain their cover, obviously, so that they didn't so that they could slip in unnoticed as a regular audience and not a bunch of pedophile terrorists.
That would be like a very smart move to do.
Exactly. These people were professionals. Obviously, the guy that was sitting on the left and laughing, he wasn't like trusted enough to know what was going on. That's why he was allowed to laugh a little bit. But the rest of them, they were organized. They'd been drilled. They were all not laughing exactly the same way. I mean, come on. Israeli Mangione. Just that bit should have got me a good minute of laughs, but it was dead fucking silence.
You can still upload it on social media.
I did, and it got no laugh emojis, so they struck again. But
there used to be like a comedian here in Umeå, but I don't think he was a comedian. I think he just was someone. No, it was years ago, a guy named Oscar, and he was not funny at all.
Yeah.
Alltså jag tror att han bara...
And this I remind you of this man.
Jag tror att han bara gick upp på scen för att prata om hans politiska åsikter. Så här. Yeah. För det var det enda så här. Eller han pratade om sina politiska åsikter, eller så whine han och bitch över bara att han inte hade någon flickvän.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, that's different. I mean, I actually I don't do politics stuff most of that. I do the sort of like fish out of water immigrant, look at what an arsehole I am sort of humor. But like, yeah, I do have a couple of, it's in the news, it's juicy material, and there's some like funny takes to have on these things, right? And so I okay, maybe I thought I'll do a full 5 minutes of this should kill, and it did not. It did not.
I don't think one should either. Eller jag tror inte heller en ska typ tänka för mycket på en dålig så här sätt man gjorde, för jag tror att man bara mår dåligt.
And generally I don't, but that's why I think this was a terrorist action. And I suspect that the woman hitting her date to say stop laughing was the equivalent in this case of the guy in Dealey Plaza in 1963 that flashed his umbrella on a sunny day while JFK's motorcade went round the corner. It signals that something more coordinated was going on.
Det hände på riktigt under JFK.
Yeah. In JFK there was all this like random ass shit happening. Like it seemed like people signaling assassins on the day. So it was like a bright sunny day. There was a guy with an umbrella going whip, while the car went round to the shooting range sort of thing.
Just det, varför skulle man ens ha med sig ett paraply så här?
Exactly. And why would she stop him laughing at a comedy night? We're through the looking glass here, people.
Men du gillar så här mycket typ konspirationer och så.
I mean, I know. Yeah, you fucking hell, radio show, Jim. Yes, John, I do. Fucking shut up, Jim. Fuck.
Har du någon favoritkonspiration som du har typ grottat ner dig som mest i?
I mean, to be honest, I don't know if you say you don't really follow a lot of stuff. One of the things that happened with the famous files in the United States that got released in part is that they basically proved almost every conspiracy theory true. Which is fucking bananas. Like, a lot of the maddest things are right down to, like, there's an email between the main dude, who I won't name because you might actually get your thing shut down, and somebody else saying, an email just saying, oh, is World War III still scheduled to start February 28th, 2026? Is that crazy? So,
du tror att det kommer en tredje världskrig eller att den håller på redan nu?
Like, yeah, touch wood, this all settles down, but yeah, it looks like it, hey man.
Borde börja kolla nyheterna igen. Så det är grejen med mig.
John, you know what? You're doing fine. Don't. Yeah, it's refreshing to see, like, your nice innocent life, like, untouched by any information from outside. It's fine. Carry on doing as you're doing. You don't want to know.
Det är roligt för typ alla mina vänner kollar inte på nyheter. Så när typ corona bröt ut, det tog mig typ en månad innan jag förstod corona. Typ alla var, människor var så konstiga i sitt beteende. Jag fattade ju inte, för jag hade inga vänner som pratade om det.
You would get on very well with my Sambo, who is the same. She's not, like, but she doesn't really know a lot of doesn't really keep up to it, you know what I mean? She's just interested, going along with her own life and not really keeping up with the news. And she from time to time asks me what's going on. I'm like, then they're eating the babies and the fucking Strait of Hormuz and the fucking missiles, and I think they got people in every government. Jesus Christ, it's kind of like that. And she's like, what? And I'm like, just don't ask, all right? Carry on. How was your day? And it's kind of like that. But basically, I mean, I give you the rough notes, is that there is a global conspiracy of super rich people that seems to be trafficking and eating children, that controls most governments and seems to be...
Det är typ faktiskt vad alla pratar om nu för tiden, så... det pratas också på nyheterna att...
And they were in the audience last week at Scum.
Just de rikaste människorna i världen som åker till en Kina-krog.
They knew my Epstein bit was going to kill more than it did, and they came to stop that right there, which they did. Well done, you won.
De kanske hade någon så här teknologi som underground och som kan se in i framtiden, så här på vars alla ska säga saker.
Oh, fucking! I am so fucking stupid and insane. I don't think about what the fuck have I been on about for 10 minutes. Jesus.
Tycker jag ändå människor som är väldigt intresserade av konspiration väldigt roliga, alltså, just för
right. Bara, sure.
Nej, shit.
Yeah. That was the point. Sorry, I went on too much of a fucking meandering, like. So basically, with the conspiracy, I have been into conspiracies for years. I've never bought for, I don't know, about 20 years. Since being like 18 or whatever, I stopped believing any unless they have proof for it. If like the what do you say? Like, MK Ultra, that CIA LSD mind control thing. There's proof for that because the CIA admitted it in Congress, like way back when, right?
Just det, var det inte någon så här typ känd mördare som var...
Yeah, Charles Manson. And the Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski, was part of that program. There's a big rabbit hole with that, but like, sort of, if there's proof for it, I'd believe it. But other than that, it's kind of like a fun entertainment type thing. And some of them are convincing, some of them aren't. Like, Flat Earth is the only one that's just fucking idiotic. And I know some flat earthers. And it's tough because you want to humor, like, because a conspiracy theory is just somebody like fucking thinking, like asking a question about, so like they're being inquisitive about something, and you just want to, it's either you can either like ask questions and find out it's true or not true, you know what I mean? So there can be something to it or not, but you're like, okay, why do we accept this like mainstream version of this story as true? and not this like they're saying there's some crazy thing instead that's happening, like with the JFK thing where they said there's the one Lee Harvey Oswald shot him, and the conspiracy theory was that there's a CIA or Cubans or the mafia or blah 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 blah. And so the mainstream was like, that one guy shot him, and then but people asked a bit more questions, or a few more questions, I should say. It's questioning that reality of it. That's kind of healthy, but like if you just didn't, there's the other end of it where fucking hell, I've like switched points halfway through. John, you have to interrupt me sometime. If you see me just getting into trouble, not remembering what the fuck I started talking about.
Jag pratar om så här, du börjar prata om LSD. Det är svårt för mig att säga vad det var.
Yeah, I stopped listening, Jim. I stopped listening, just like the audience, Jim.
Har du grottat ner i någonting i Olof Palme?
That was actually, I want to get into Olof Palme one day when I can read. I haven't got around to it yet because I never have time to.
Det finns faktiskt en bra serie, jag såg om det på Netflix, om den här Scania-mannen som vissa tror är mördaren.
Okay.
Och alltså jag tycker att den här serien verkar få att framstå som att det var han som gjorde det. Jag vet inte, alltså det är bara väldigt roligt att kolla på Olof Palme. För de var så jävla dum i huvudet, de som skötte det där. Alltså, det var inte ens tror jag, en polis eller någonting som tog på sig fallet. Det var någon med stort jävla ego som bara ville synas i tv och så
här. Men that's one of the things though with that gets a lot of people asking questions and like not believing the mainstream stories about stuff is stuff like that when they have these major high profile incidents, assassinations, whatever, and then there's like just some utter obvious stupidity or obvious like you obviously haven't investigated that very thoroughly or something along those lines. It gets people to go, well, why would they? That doesn't make any sense if you're I don't know, highest ranking politician in the country and they do a shitty investigation on it, like and almost not trying, then that gets people, that raises suspicions, you know.
Och det är kanske därför för att det är politiker som försöker lösa det och inte de som faktiskt gör jobb. Alltså. Det är samma typ varför skolor är så dåliga oftast, i alla fall i Sverige, att det är politiken som styr skolorna och inte de här experterna inom skolvetenskap.
Yeah, but that's kind of a thing everywhere. Like there's a lot of, I don't know about sort of East, like not first world. So like I would say that's the same in Europe and the States and sort of like first world type stuff. I don't know about China, Russia and Africa and all that sort of thing, but generally, yeah, politicians run what they get to learn in school, and it should just be the best science in every subject should be what you. Never mind, Jim. Fucking stop. Oh fucking hell! Well, are you into conspiracies, by the way, or?
I used to be a little, but I don't know. Jag tror att jag var vid ett vägskäl så här. När jag började intressera mig för andlighet och så. Spiritualitet och konspirationer, de är som bröder och systrar och så här. Det var typ roligt när jag bara skrev på Facebook någon gång bara, oh my god, I've had a spiritual awakening. Då var det någon snubbe som skrev bara, oh wow, I had a spiritual awakening too. I have realized that the earth is flat. I'm just like you.
God, yeah, John, yeah, you have to tell it to like a cat or somebody like that. Like, yeah, you can't be telling that to people, especially like unless you're at like a hippie commune or so. Yeah, everybody's like, wow, cool. Like Facebook is not the place. Facebook will not appreciate your spiritual awakening.
Men det är också första gången jag kom i kontakt med någon som bara, vänta, du tror på att jorden är platt? Alltså, för mig det är bara så galet, bara, vad har du gått? Han tror att han har utvecklats, men det känns som att han har devolved och alltså gått tillbaka till.
Flat Earth is the toughest one. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like, and I can't help it when somebody, I think somebody's like wrong and they start like arguing the point or trying to convince me. the smart bit of my brain starts kicking in. But like with flat Earth, there's so much like, oh my god, I have to look up curvatures and gravity, and I have to go into a physics book and all this shit and get some research done just to prove your idiocy. Do you know what I mean? It's like, look at the fucking moon. Look, it's going that way. Like you can do all this stuff. Like, you can do in high school the maths to work out that the gravity adds up for a globe type thing that we're on and all that stuff, and they're just like but look, if the horizon is flat, like, yeah, why the fuck can't I see like New York City skyline from London then, you know?
Precis, jag tror faktiskt att det grundar sig av många konspirationsteorier, så tror jag grundar sig i att man man har växt upp med typ föräldrar som man inte kan lita på. Och när man tappar tilliten till sin första auktoritet, för ens föräldrar är som ens gudar. Så här. Om man bryter sin tillit till dem, då tror jag att man bryter tilliten typ till alla typ så här samhällets och systems tillit. Och då bara, nej, det är någon typ som försöker hålla mig nere med att ljuga en massa till mig och så här. Och jag säger inte att alla konspirationer är så, vissa är såklart sanna, men jag tror ändå att det finns en stor del av dem som bara litar inte på människor och tror att de blir lurade hela tiden.
Here's the thing, I think being a little bit drawn towards conspiracies at some point is just as like a natural sort of setting, like at least finding out, okay, what's going on with this. And this kind of applies to like 10 years ago, before conspiracy theories became kind of retarded with like the sort of Alex Jones fucking whatever the fuck is running around the internet now, you know? But like back in the day, it's like basically, if you're like, okay, I like reading about conspiracy theory, it means you kind of, at some level, even if you're like reading on some bullshit conspiracy theory or the true one, you're kind of questioning things and thinking for yourself. It's the first evolution of that.
Just there.
As long as you can maintain, like, okay, but this might not be true all the same. Yeah, because then it's like people, a lot of people make this fucking mistake of like, I question the sort of a dominant version of events or this story. And so I believe the conspiracy theory. Now I always believe the conspiracy theory without thinking that one through either. You know what I mean? So they just switch their pipeline of bullshit instead of like, just okay, well, you should come to this thing of like there's this author, Robert Anton Wilson, who wrote these fucking fantastic books in the 60s and 70s, and he about the conspiracy theories and spirituality and magic and society and culture, all this stuff. Really good books. But he was like, what happens is you end up with this, and he was very good, like a scientific look at it. So he was like, just stay with a like a scientific method. Like, is this true? Like, so even if it's the mainstream thing, if the dominant story isn't true, okay, that's bullshit. There's this alternate conspiracy theory one. How much of that is true? How much of the real story, the mainstream story is true? Okay, is it like 50% bullshit in both? And then you end up with this agnostic, like always in between, like, okay, some of this is true, some of this is suspicious, some of this is mainstream thing is true. So sometimes there's a good logical case both sides, like with 9/11, or people like, okay, it's a conspiracy theory, all this weird shit happened up in the towers, and it's like, oh yeah, but also this is if it was a conspiracy, it was a fucking complicated conspiracy to pull off, because they had to have planes timed to do this at this time. It's a lot of work. If like something went wrong, then the whole thing looked very stupid and 2 buildings just collapsed for no reason, you know?
Ja, just det. Jag började också tänka på typ sådana människor som har varit i en kult. För du pratar om att det är bra att börja tro på konspirationer för att bryta sig fri från att börja tänka själv. Och så. Och det tänker jag är sant för vissa som bryter sig fri i en kult. Då är de som börjar tänka för sig själv lite. Men sen så är det som vissa av dem hamnar in i nya kulter. Så de tror bara, jag är fri, men de är fortfarande fast i fängelset. Alltså,
it's like a lot of people, and this is a sad fucking fact, a lot of people don't want to think for themselves, and like they'll sort of get a little spark of it and like not believe a mainstream line, but they'll just accept someone else doing all their thinking for them. And
faktiskt, jag tror att det är någon trygghet i det, för jag vet också när typ människor har manipulerat mig det har varit en väldigt så här trygghet i det, att de har bara lett mig, även om de bara leder mig rätt ner i helvetet, så är det skönt att bara följa dem och jag behöver inte tänka eller någonting och så här. Och jag tror att det är samma med människor, alltså vi är verkligen som får ibland om vi bara lever efter typ bekvämlighet och orkar inte tänka för mig själv.
God, that would be nice. That would be good.
Men samtidigt så leder de in till slakten, så jag menar det är inte så nice. Det är nice i stunden, men sen när man kommer till destinationen och bara smärta. Det är samma med kultar, det är säkert hur nice som helst, bara wow, jag får massa kärlek och folk älskar mig och äntligen känner jag mig att jag hör hemma någonstans, och sen så bara okej, sug min kuk nu bara.
That is actually unfortunately where it ends up quite a lot.
Precis, och sen måste de typ göra ännu sjukare saker, typ bara okej, nu måste dina barn suga min kuk, och bara nej, fy fan. Men de tror bara det är Gud.
What a callback to what we talked about last week's publican at the start of the podcast.
Ja, och just det var det jag ville prata om den här veckan, om the Freemasons.
Oh shit, yeah, I was gonna research, but I didn't. I'm sorry.
Men för jag minns du sa att din pappa var med det, eller jag vet inte om man får säga det. Jag menar din...
my friend's dad was,
din kompis.
Yeah.
Just det, jag vet egentligen ingenting om de här, så det enda jag vet från dem är jag var kompis med en 50-årig prostituerad kvinna på Facebook.
Jesus Christ, was she a Freemason?
Ja, hon var det, och hon sålde sig på Freemasons möten.
Wow, okay.
Hon sa att hon tjänade typ $5,000 per kväll där. Alltså.
That's not bad pay. I mean, it's appalling, but it's...
Faktiskt.
Och
det är första gången jag hörde om dem, bara, vad är det för något? Bara, hon pratade om någon så här hemlig organisation,
right,
och vissa av dem gjorde typ ritualer och så.
Yeah.
Hon berättade också om någon så här sexritual hon hade gjort.
Jesus, okay. Right. Yeah, I mean, the Freemasons that I sort of like semi know of in terms of like the basically, as I understand, these things called or every like Freemason, I don't know, group is called a lodge, and the most like 99% is called the Blue Lodges, and they're basically just a bunch of dudes. It's just a dudes like drinking club basically.
So
there's some ritual stuff to it. There's just a meeting place for guys to hang out and talk shit.
Just det är som vi komiker, men
de
klär sig i så här värsta fancy kläder.
Yeah, with like some handkerchiefs and dancing, and like if you reveal any of the secrets here, we'll fucking kill you, sort of thing. But then it's like it's just a bunch of dentists and Volvo salesmen and fucking regular boomer guys just hanging about having a beer every week or couple weeks.
Prata om typ konspirationsteorier eller...
Do you know what a weird, ironic thing? And I've never been to a Freemasons thing, but the weird thing is, I think at most Freemason lodges, there's probably less talk about conspiracy theories there than anywhere else, because this is where I imagine you would find most like just normal, like mainstream, like don't believe any conspiracy theories type of people. I know that's my guess, but I might be right on. I have a feeling I'm right on that. Is that basically everybody there it'd be the last place you discuss any conspiracy theories. The last place you find people that will want to talk about them. It's just how's the golf game going, and what are you guys doing for summer, and like we're building. We went to the summer house and yada yada.
Maybe just the appeal for that place is it's kind of secret, and and that's why you want to get there. But when you get there, it's like it wasn't that nice.
Yeah. I mean,
jag tror man ska få reda på så här, universums svar på alla frågor, men sen så är det bara.
I think there's like those are the Blue Lodges, and there's like 3 levels of Mason at the Blue Lodges. So you get entered apprentice and some other thing, and then master mason or whatever. And that's like what 99% of all masons are. And then for the actual like secret occult teachings, there's like levels beyond that, as far as I know it anyway, that go up to like the 33rd degree. But there's all different types of it. You know, it's like schools and stuff. They have different, you know, types of diplomas in different countries and shit. So they have, you know, like 9 degrees in one place, and they have 33 degrees in another place, and this shit and that shit, right? And they have different things where they split off into the Rosicrucians and Rosicrucians. Sorry,
what's that?
It's the Order of the Rosy Cross, which is like another occult, a Masonic type, Knights Templar type thing. But I don't know enough to like not be fucking totally talking out my ass more than I am.
För jag blandar alltid ihop de med The Knights och
Templar, ja.
Vi kallar dem för riddarorden, tror jag.
Okej, ja.
Ja, men jag tror jag har alltid tänkt att de är samma sak, men bara att de är nykterister typ. Alla, jag vet inte, jag har hört att de är nykterister. Man får inte vara i riddarorden om man inte är nykterist.
I think there's a lot of like rumors and like arguments that they're descended from the Knights Templar, but I don't know there's any proof of that, because the Freemasons, I think, fucking hell, I'm going to take a wild guess here. It's like the 1600s or 1700s they turned up as a thing, and it was basically because this is why I should have prepared a little bit, but I think it's because there was so many religious wars going on in Europe at the time. There was a place where, like, because basically what it was that religion wasn't allowed to be a thing there. So it wasn't like a Protestant or a Catholic organization. It was just like, there's no religion. This is a sort of like religion-free zone. So that's in secret, so everyone can speak freely for like people that.
Det var så det började med frimurarna.
Yeah.
Just det.
So like, but there is like theories that they are directly descended from the Knights Templar after the Knights Templar were wiped out in the 1200s by some French king or something like that. But I don't know the truth of that. So it's
just det.
Yeah.
Jag kom på jag borde bjuda in Cheyenne när vi pratar det här. Du och han, alltså jag kan bara starta ett så här ämne om konspirationer med er och så bara går ni igång.
But he can jump in at the end with like, Freemasons with a mouthful of cum. That would be good. But there's a lot of like talk and rumor and all sorts of stuff, because they're secretive. They actually have been involved in a lot of conspiracy theories. So the actual Illuminati, like the Bavarian Illuminati, was founded and run in Freemason lodges because they were secret meeting places. They provided good cover for Adam Weishaupt, the founder of the Illuminati, to run his organization when he was trying to take over Europe, basically.
Just det. Och Illuminati, jag glömt bort vad det är.
Okay.
Men kan du förklara?
That's the do you remember this? You watched The Simpsons, right?
Yes, with the
stonecutters. Right. That's the Illuminati. Like, that's the myth of the Illuminati, is that it's a Freemason secret world controlling thing.
Oh, okay.
There's also like this, like 13 super powerful noble families that secretly control. Yeah, they're like, we have all the money in the world. Now make the planes crash into the Twin Towers. That
just
sort of thing.
Så det är de jag har blandat ihop dem med, och det kanske människor
but
gör.
Again, as well as that, there's like, for every time it's mentioned online, there's another theory for it. So there's such a big mishmash of fucking ideas that like he was even in the Epstein files now, that like he sent an email to himself saying, just remember, this is the list of all the Illuminati families, and it's like the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and some other. Anyway, is but the real one, the real like provable, confirmed one, right, was it was like basically a revolutionary type crew run by this lunatic called Adam Weishaupt in like the 1700s, and he was running out of Freemason things, and they were trying to do the Illuminati thing, which is like secretly get into governments and control them and do whatever the fuck they wanted to do to make the world better or worse, or whatever.
Ha control.
And like it was definitely real. Like, it was real enough and serious enough that, like, I think it was Thomas Jefferson or George Washington was sending like a letter to another founding father that was in the States, that was like, oh yeah, this guy in old speak they called him like, oh, this Adam Weishaupt, yeah, he's a fucking lunatic in like an official presidential letter. And like he's great, but he's a lunatic, so we won't worry about him.
Just det, kom också nu och tänker på, vi hade ju kunnat göra så här en serie någon gång i framtiden om de på toppen av typ den här Rothschild, eller de är i Illuminati, men en av dem får ett samvete eller och typ börja typ ifrågasätta allt det där om att vilja ha makt och så här. Han kan till och med börja gå till psykolog och så.
Actually, it's funny, I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's a like an influencer, I don't know. I don't like using the word influencer still. I'm such a fucking boomer.
Jag tror att de används fortfarande.
Yeah, but there was like an Instagrammer or whatever. And I think it's a LARP, obviously, but he's like, he's LARPing as a Illuminati family member who's like not with it, and he wears a mask and like gives away the secrets and stuff like that. Which is, I think, kind of your idea. He's like basically just Instagramming, saying this is what they do, and but he says so much crazy shit all the time. It's like, I don't buy it, because if all of that's true, what they do in your family, then you wouldn't have never had time to get an Instagram account. That sounds like very busy days. They sound like they're doing nothing except hideous shit all the time.
Faktiskt, de skulle säkert hitta sätt att kunna få han att inte säga sådana. Alltså, jag menar, de kan bara hacka in på hans Instagram och ta bort den. Eller?
Yeah, exactly. If they were,
om man har typ alla pengar i världen, så kan man ju vad som helst.
Exactly. Yeah, there's like this doesn't add up. I mean, it's great entertainment, but I think he's running with your idea.
Just det. Men jag tänkte bara då på en serie så här som att han försöker bryta sig fri ur det där, men det skulle vara så svårt för han är ändå på toppen bland dem.
It would be funny as well if like they broke free and then like nobody believed that he wasn't Illuminati or something.
Faktiskt, det skulle nog vara mer sanning om det skulle hända så här. Alltså.
Have I
6 minuter. Får se. Kom inte på något mer att prata. Yeah, I think we talked about all things there is to talk about in the world.
I was like, Jim, be sane today. Be sane. Make the joke. Just accuse the audience about being pedophiles, and then just be sane other than that. And look what happened.
I think it's a good thing that you talk about your like crazy thoughts and all of this.
Those weren't actually my craziest thoughts by a long shot, but
no, but at least it's something, because like those people never like express slightly even insane thought. Those are the people you should really
but you can observe the insane thoughts. If you just watch, if they never express them, they will find their way out somehow.
Yeah. So what is the craziest thought you had? Or like you couldn't probably say that, like it was just some just
crazy
insane, or just this, you know what?
The craziest thought I had was that like every bit of that set last week would kill. I had to like cut text out of the set to like, I was like, no, they'll be laughing here, so I'm not going to do the extra line there. That's just got to be a pause, and the pause was just a pause for silence. So yeah, that was a fucking crazy thought. That was an insane thought that would be appreciated.
I just realized a thought I had when I was a teenager, or I was like in my 20s maybe, which was really crazy. Like I thought that all people had like an IQ of 1,000, and all of them were doing like an experiment on me to see if they could, how much they could push me down.
He knows too much. Shut it down.
Kill myself. Like it was like really dark.
Okay, well that's John. That's a psychosis. That's like
yeah. When I realized that, like, no, this is a crazy thought. So I took myself out.
Forgive me for asking. Were you slightly high generally at the time?
No, I think it was before I started smoking weed. I think I was drinking though.
Okay.
I was drinking a lot between the age of 16 and 20, and then I discovered marijuana when I was like 21.
Okay.
And I smoked for like 10 years every day.
No, good on you. That's a good. They come down quite hard on that sort of stuff here in Sweden. So.
Yeah, they're really hard. But yeah, I was open with everyone, like, and talked openly on Facebook and everything. Like, that's the, like what I say, vad som är så bra med att ingen känner till en när man kan säga vad som helst.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Because I remember, like, I mean, I've obviously never smoked weed or done any drugs or anything like that. So, I'm a very boring man. I've never had any fun. But I remember, like, it was like when I first moved to Umeå, we were at somebody's anniversary party, and there was a bunch of people we didn't know, right? So it was one of my missus's friends' anniversary party, and it's all their friends there. And we were sitting at this table, and there was this guy there, a sweet guy, that he knew them, and he was a cop. And he was going about how much he loved busting people for smoking weed, and which is like, I can't remember England. It's still illegal there, but like all the cops are like, it's because nobody overdoses on it, nobody really gets violent on it. It's very tame substance for people to. And he was like, he was full blown Judge Dredd about this shit. He was like, I look for them all over the place, and he was talking like he was fucking, semi-hard about wanted to crack heads for and put people in prison for getting baked on marijuana. And I was like, somebody back then I had better control of my mouth, so I didn't say, what the fuck is wrong with you fucking fascist. but yeah, it's he was full blown. It was really bad. I was asking myself, is it really like that over here? She's like, yeah, it's you go to jail for that shit. So if you manage a 10-year run, fucking good on you, man. It's you fucking rebel against the system. Look at that. Not many criminal careers end so freely.
Yeah, well, I grew up being like invisible, and I guess there's a plus to that.
Yeah.
But I don't think I also look like someone who's like criminal.
No.
So, and a lot of criminals have been wanting to use me for that.
Was that a long-winded way of saying that you're white?
Maybe, I don't know. But I don't know. It's just...
I'm trying.
I alla fall så är jag förvånad att du sa att du aldrig provat droger och så, för det känns ändå som ditt huvud so
I'm Lebanese. I'm Lebanese Irish, and I grew up in the UK. So like I'm just a lunatic anyway. It's probably better that I never try anything like that, because it'd be could you imagine?
Faktiskt, alltså vissa droger typ som LSD och så, alltså det känns som att man aldrig kommer ut ur ruset. Alltså det är verkligen förändrar ens huvud och syn på världen helt så här. Det känns ändå som du är väldigt öppensinnad så.
Yeah. I'm I had all the sort of hippie, like I had all the marijuana LSD culture awakenings just from like imbibing the right material, like Robert Anton Wilson, The Invisibles, and stuff like that at the right age, and so that fixed my brain anyway,
Just det, jag tror egentligen det hade varit samma för mig, för folk har sagt hela livet till mig bara, det känns som att du är hög när du är nykter. Första gången jag drack alkohol och berättade till killarna i min klass bara, wow, jag druckit alkohol, och de bara, va? Det måste vara helt sjukt så här. Det känns som att du alltid är full.
I've had that before as well. Like I'm 43, so I mask lots of insanities very well now. That's years of training in corporate world and jobs and stuff like that. To like, okay, I got to fucking wind this brain down, keep a lock on that shit. But no, there was a fucking point there. Fuck, I forgot it.
Det har jag också tänkt på med så här folk som får diagnoser senare i livet, som jag och du så här. Även om vi har så här maskerat, så det är inte som att vi kan sluta med det och sen bara dra ursäkten bara, nej men jag har autism så här. Alltså det känns jättekonstigt att dra den ursäkten så här.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Det skulle vara lättare att göra om jag var litet barn och har varit i det livet så här.
Yeah, well that's the same thing.
Men nu bara helt plötsligt bara no.
Like I've had a bunch of I'm like, I can't be blamed. And like some things came up in the past years that were just pure ADHD related. I'm like, okay, that's a symptom thing that I hadn't figured out how to get over. And I'm like, all right, but I'm like, fuck, Blake. Yeah, even though it was, and like whoever's dealing with me, like if there's a uni thing with a late deadline and or whatever it is, finance stuff or whatever. Yeah, like they might know. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not going to mention it. I'm like, sorry, I fucked up. I'll fix it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't like using it I still don't like using it as an excuse because it's just, it gives you too much of an out a lot of the time. And I'll never get anything done otherwise. So.
Nej, man vill ju ta ansvar för allt som man gör, även om det är dåligt. Så
but going back to the thing with the LSD, you were talking about LSD and stuff like that. And if you look at like some of the research they're doing in the States now and around the world, but basically, I just hear around English language stuff from the States that the like some of the research they're doing with microdosing of drugs, certain narcotics for treatment of autism symptoms, and I mean like ADHD. Yeah, you took
LSD.
They've tried microdosing LSD, MDMA, and also everything that's basically illegal and wacky. They've tried microdosing to treat various neurodivergent conditions, and they're having some very good results with it. And I think they've tried even some stuff with like severe autism and DMT, which I read something about it. I mean, I'm just half remembering this now. It might have been a dream or some shit. Fuck knows. Shut up, Jim. But it was something about DMT having a really profound effect on a lot of like severely autistic cases. So yeah, there's interesting things going on. All this illegal stuff is like if they treat it like a medicine and like not in like party doses in
medical. Yeah. Om man gör det i terapeutiskt syfte med en terapeut som sitter och skriver och frågar frågor och leder en igenom sådana saker.
Yeah.
Jag provar så här MDMA och det känns alltså det känns så jäkla nice. Jag tror att det är typ en botemedel för autister. För typ alla autister som jag har ju så svårt med fysisk närhet och kärlek överhuvudtaget. Eller alla typ former av närhet och intimitet som... Men när man tar MDMA, då försvinner ju alla gränser och bara rör människor skönt som helst.
Like back in London back in the day, like whenever we were like out at a pub and somebody had taken some MDMA, they were very friendly people all of a sudden. No matter how in here, they could have been Norrlandsk as fuck. And then they'd be like, hey man, it was just the friendliest, warmest. It was nice to see somebody that had gotten fried on that, because they were some of the finest people I've ever met.
Yeah, like briefly. On the drug, they're nice and that, but också den drogen bränner ut ens huvud väldigt mycket. Så om man tar för mycket så man blir bakfull i typ en vecka och sen är man typ självmordsbenägen och allt. Alltså,
okay, well,
helt så här tom utan...
I believe the phrase is what goes up must come down.
Precis. Men det är bara så, vet jag, om man redan mår dåligt så här, om man tar det. Människor som mår typ ganska bra som tar det, de kommer ju tillbaka till sin normala att må bra. Men om du mår dåligt så kommer du tillbaka till att må dåligt. Och bara den så här typ det skiftet från att gå från att må så bra, bara wow, kärlek och så här, och sen typ bara fy fan.
Yeah, I mean it would be a bit of I think it would be a bit mad if like you took some drug that made you feel fucking amazing and you stayed like that forever. You know what I mean? That would be a bit fucking nuts. I guess it kind of makes sense that would stop and it would probably feel pretty shit after a while. Like how's John? It's like, well, he was doing terribly for his first 23 years, then he took a pill and now he's fucking fantastic. Look at him. You know?
Men faktiskt alltså, jag har haft ändå med psykedeler typ som LSD. Då känns det som att det har förändrat saker. Typ en gång när jag tog det, då försvann allt mitt sug för nikotin i typ 3 veckor. Alltså jag hade inga abstinens
3 veckor, okej, right.
Och sen efter 3 veckor började jag röka igen, inte för att jag är sugen, men säkert för att det var bara en vana.
Yeah, so if there's a drug that makes me stop nicotine straight away, I will take it no matter the legal consequences, because that's the motherfucker right there.
Faktiskt, alltså det är också mitt svåraste att sluta med nikotin.
Yeah. So I like everything I've heard from, you know, like you read the biopics of like rock stars from the 80s and 70s, and they were like, oh, I had to do rehab because I was taking ungodly amounts of drugs, and they lived the like totally like Led Zeppelin, you know, like their drummer died from an overdose levels, Ozzy Osbourne type stuff. And like, they're all like, yeah, I knocked the heroin, I knocked the cocaine, I knocked the this and the that and the meth and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, but yeah, nicotine's a tough one. I'm not doing that. That is it's the worst motherfucker out of a lot of them.
Faktiskt, jag tycker nikotin och socker, det är det svåraste.
Oh, the socker, just go like fully carb free for a little while, and that clears itself up pretty quickly.
Jag provade 1 år att gå utan socker, men det är bara det. Jag bara klarar 1 år.
Really?
Alltså, jag är så jävla beroende av det. Så jag bara dricker mycket läsk som helst varje dag. Alltså, mina tänder kommer jag tappa innan jag är 40.
No, I've done like a few like runs at like eating carb free, but like doing it with like, okay, I'm gonna have a fucking steak breakfast with some eggs and mushrooms and shit like that, and fucking Roganing it basically. But like what happens is if you do that for a little while and you just basically go strict for a couple of weeks, any urge you have for sugar, it kills. Fuck, they're doing the bro science here, but it basically you stop giving a fuck about sugar like after about 3 days, like really genuinely, yeah.
Om man äter så här vad sa du, svamp?
Just like aim for red meats and like, chicken on the bone and like have a bit of protein as the main bit of the meal and some veggies and stuff. But like no carrots, potatoes, like green veggies, broccoli, you shit vegetables. And then mushrooms and, fry it up so it's like a nice steak dinner, but just without the bread, without the rice, without the pasta, all that stuff.
Okay.
So just cut out all alla kolhydrater, ta bort dem. And make the other bits of it as nice as you can. Do that for a couple of weeks, and you'll fucking forget about sugar you'll be like, wow, this is great. I've not needed sugar this much in so long.
Jag minns det var jävligt nice utan socker, just bara äta typ en frukt, bara shit, det smakar ju som godis.
Yeah, that's it. The next time you eat a fruit after that is manna from fucking heaven. It is terrific. Exactly. Like the caving as well. So you do that for a while, you go, I'm going out of my mind now after 6 weeks. Then you have like a slice of pizza one day, and it's just that you basically half come. Like it's disgusting how good a pizza tastes after 6 weeks with no carbs.
Yeah, I can imagine. And it's probably the same like if you haven't listened to music for a while, and even if you hear a bad song.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I should do. I should like kidnap an audience and like not let them hear anything funny for about 2 months, and then just do my set for them and see how that goes.
It's the same like, var det med dig jag pratade om den här Karl som vi alla bombade i Skellefteå, och han på slut som alltid bombade mördade så här.
Is it the guy that does B-roll of his own? No. You might. I remember you talking about something like this, but this.
Men det kanske var därför kom jag på nu, för att varför han mördade var för att alla bombade och han i jämförelse mördade så här. Han kanske inte mördade på riktigt så här, men.
That would annoy the fuck out of me. I'm not gonna lie. That would annoy the absolute fuck out of me. Not like that would happen on a night like that. That can happen. Because I don't go out of town to do any. But if I went to Skellefteå to do some shit like that, that would piss me right the fuck off.
Men det är också svårt, jag menar, att följa en massa komiker som har bombat. Alltså vi kan prova så här att jag bombar med flit och sen får du uppträda efteråt. Så ser vi om det går bra.
I kind of prefer that. Not that like I want anyone else to fail, but like I can okay, cool, I can.
Men alltså det är ju så här lättare, tror jag, än om någon har mördat jävligt hårt och så ska man följa den personen. Om man inte har lika hög energi, då tror jag man kommer bomba så här.
It's not really that like it's a problem to follow someone that murders. Like that's good because you like a happy crowd and shit. That's fine, but it's like it's an ADHD thing. So if it's an emergency, ADHD sort of kicks in to like, okay, here we go. Like it's like a deadline emergency. It's like, oh fuck, something's going, like that panic stress activates cortisol or whatever, or dopamine or some shit. That stuff is why ADHD people like get weeks of work done in the hours before a deadline, where it should take a month or something like that. They do it in a night and stuff.
Just det, för när vi har en deadline då bara, shit,
so it's like, shit, everybody's been dying. This night's cunted. Like I need to. We have to be good now, and then it kicks in, and it kind of works. But that's not that often because the rest of you have been fucking murdering for a long time now.
Jag minns en gång när jag uppträdde i Stockholm. Då hade jag inte uppträtt på en månad och sist jag hade uppträtt så hade jag bombat så jävla hårt och jag bara okej, shit, så när jag skulle gå upp på scen jag bara nu kommer det gå så jävla åt helvete här. Men då mördade jag som aldrig förr så här, för jag hade verkligen noll expectations.
Ja,
så jag tror att det är bra att gå in med bara fy fan, det här kommer gå åt helvete så
that is one of those things as well, yeah.
En annan så här intressant gig jag hade i Stockholm en gång var jag var näst sist och så gick jag på scen och jag bara gick gasen i botten bara med mitt så här mest chockerande sätt. Och det gick hur bra som helst och jag mördade
nice.
jäkla
That's always a relief.
Och sen var det en komiker efter mig och han bombade så här, och jag tror hela hans grej var att han skulle vara så här chockerande.
Right.
Men
had you like taken the shock?
Precis.
Yeah, okay.
Because I pulled my shirt off and asked some audience member to fuck my titties. And like,
I am slightly. I don't know if I've told you this story, but I'm slightly familiar with that joke, even though I've never.
You haven't seen it.
No, but I can tell you the story actually. Hopefully this doesn't go out. But basically, I was supposed to do Umeå's Rollergasta 2024 in the August. I used to have the crutch. I couldn't walk at the time and stuff. And I had a critical maths exam for uni the next morning, and I hadn't prepared anything for the thing, and I was a bit fresh on the scene, so I didn't know how like chill it is with people turning up, and how I didn't know that Eric always has enough people, that sort of thing, right? So, but I went down to Rex to just tell Eric who was running it that sorry, do you have enough people? Is it okay if I pull out? Because I can't. I'm just fucking no good today, you know. I have a thing in the morning. I'm fucked. And he was like, yeah, it's fine. Right, bye. It all looked like it was going to be a fun night. I saw you all hanging out in the green room, and it was like, all right, it's a shame, but whatever. Anyway, so I'm hobbling down on a crutch, on a cricket out of Rex. I'm going past the bar, and this old lady, they just grabs me. Sorry, are you Jim? I'm like, yeah. I'm your Sambo's family's friend. Hey, so you babysits my kid quite a lot, you know. No other rather than she's always with the grandparents babysitting the kids and stuff. Lovely old lady with her buddy there. They've got little drinks with little cocktail things in them and stuff like that, little parasols and shit. And I'm like, okay, well, are you? Where are you? I'm like, I was like, no. I said to her, are you here for this? This is actually does go somewhere. So I know this fucking stammering fucking Alzheimer's bit here. There was a point to it. I was like, are you here for the comedy? She's like, yeah, we're going to go watch it. She's like, what are you here? I'm like, well, I was going to go do it, but I can't. I've got to pull out, so I'm going to go home. And she's like, all right, well, enjoy the show. I'm like, oh, these guys are really funny, by the way. You're going to love it. So anyway, that's interesting. I told my missus, because I wouldn't expect somebody who's like, a boomer, very normal grandmama type person to be like into any of our stuff. So I was like, all right, well, that's interesting. You never know with some people. I told my missus, I'm like, oh, you never know. I saw that, blah blah blah. Anyway, so a couple of weeks later, I'm like, see, my son was wrong. Like, oh, what's her name like the show? She was like, there was this, like somebody threw a condom into the crowd, and it was disgusting, and it was snusk, and it was this, and it's like, and then somebody she said couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman, and took off his shirt and rubbed their breasts together and said "come runkame," or like whatever. I think is that's how I remembered it, but I think your joke was, I think you've just told me what the actual line was. I couldn't remember at the time. and I was like, fucking hell, that's terrible. That's, oh my god, I can't believe they did that. I had no idea. Why were they acting so crazy that day? But that's where I learned about that bit of yours, like third hand. It gave me like a very good opening 2 minutes one time at Scum.
Jag var ju inte med i tävlingen den kvällen heller. Jag vann förra årets tävling och sen så fick jag bara uppträda i pausen medan...
var det där? Okay, so... okay. Oh yeah, because Carl vann... okay.
Precis, för de så här fick förbereda sig med sin akt. Och då gick jag upp på scen Och det var inte ens som att jag mördade eller någonting. Det gick inte så här jättebra, men jag bara ändå bara, fuck it, så drog jag tröjan bara. Du där, kom upp på scen och så pring kul.
Well, you know what? If you didn't know if you bombed or killed or whatever, at least you traumatized a very gentle old lady. All right, so that was, you know, there was.
I done that before. En gång så här när vi var i Övik och uppträdde, då var det bara pensionärer i publiken och Erik Moberg bomba och jag skulle gå upp senare och ingen skrattade. Jag bombade helt så här och på slut så tänkte jag bara fuck you, nu drar jag av mig tröjan och så gjorde jag det på en gubbe med hans fru.
I respect the Leroy Jenkins of that. I respect the suicidal comedian there that does
och
that in
de
that situation.
Klev upp direkt och gick därifrån. Men så gick Karl upp på scen och det gick ganska bra för han.
Oh yeah, and I'll tell you what, he's very pensioner friendly. Like he could be there to tell some jokes, or he could be there to check on their insurance. So they're very comfortable with him. Like they see another Carl during their day generally. I'd say.
Men Erik Moberg är också väldigt vänlig mot pensionärer, så
yeah, he's very.
Det är kul att se han bomba, för jag har aldrig sett han gör.
Yeah, I've never seen him bomb, but
nej, för han är ju ändå ganska etablerad, hållit på i typ över 10 år nu.
Yeah, he's very profs. Like he's very like slick, and you can kind of trust. Like if I was running a night and I needed somebody to like, he's like that level of profs where it's like, you just know he knows what he's doing, and he's not gonna fail. Like he's not gonna. There's no. Yeah, he's not having like any podcast discussion. Go, what the fuck? Why did I bomb? They must have been pedophiles. There's none of that. It's just.
Men då var det för hela sig bilresan tillbaka. Han bara, fy fan, shit. Så nej, hur kan jag göra så där?
Oh, brilliant! That must have been. I would love to hear his despairing, high-pitched rant the whole way back from another Swedish town.
Jag och Karl satt och skrattade.
Oh man.
Ja, men jag tror vi ska avsluta nu.
Yeah, sure. All right.
Men det var väldigt roligt.
Yeah, that was fun, man. It's thanks for having me again. It's a good break from the other elements of my despairing career. So it's really enjoyable.
Och visst har du dragit igång min podcast, eller ska du göra?
Yes, ska. I've actually I'm asking somebody to do a co-host one with me as well, but I'm going to do my own one where because I don't want to co-host with somebody and then it's just me ruining it with my madness. So like if I'm going to get my own mad monologuing, but obviously you'll be the first guest on my podcast because like you might even guest the first episode if you be so kind as to do so. But
is it like a comedy podcast?
Yeah, I mean it's just me having a bit of fun and waffling, kind of Bill Burr style. But also with silly shit like I did the fake ad reads the other last week, stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Kind of taking the piss out of everything, including myself.
Yeah, that's what I do on this podcast when I'm talking to myself.
Yeah, you know what? I'm started watching like snippets, but like I get so chewed for time that I can't it because I have to like have noise cancelling, low frequency study music on most of the time. So it's but as soon as I can train my brain to listen to more Joel songs, I've been catching some of your podcasts. They're actually it's very funny. I like how you. But sometimes I think I can't tell when you're being sarcastic or being serious because of my Swedish comprehension.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But then you get a glimpse into my head because I don't know.
It's a lot of fun. It's if you haven't seen John's podcast, if you just ended up here by accident on YouTube, please check more of John's podcast because it's very funny, it's very interesting, and yeah, you're gonna he can't touch you through the screen. Just so you know, he can't touch you through the screen. He would, he would, but he won't.
All right, well, thank you all for listening. And,
yes, thanks, Radioland. This has been fun. Just remember, laugh at your local comedian when they want you to. Don't be a paedophile extremist.
Okay.
Yes. Anyway.
With the pedophilia stuff.
Okay. Enough of the pedophilia. That's the last pedophile joke I ever make. Until I see Eric Moberg again.
All right. Well,
thanks,
you.
Man. Oh, that was fun, man.